Hello, good morning and happy Saturday. I've just got up and we've done lots of tidying because, well, we haven't done any in ages and my parents are coming around. And whenever I walk down this path, there's always a squirrel eating something on that wall. Morning, dude. He looked terrified. Right, so I am going to the shops to buy a few things. Like, you know, things you need to have breakfast, because we've been a bit ill prepared in the last few weeks. And then, because it's a lovely day, hopefully we'll get out and about.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
Good afternoon. It's been snowing in the night and it melted a bit here, although the rest of the UK got a bit harder, and now it's snowing again, as you can see. And it's supposed to snow quite heavily, I mean this being quite heavily, for the next couple of hours. It's a slow day, snow day. But it's 4:20, so it's sun has set, and but we're nearly out of mulled wine, so I need to go and rectify that. So the worst Christmas lights in our area are up again, blinking and flashing. You can see them from space. This is how you do Christmas lights. This is not. Just in the Ivy, having dinner as you do in Wimbledon on a Monday night. Happy grey Wednesday. Today is the only day this week that I'm not working, thank God, and I'm just doing a bit of a walk and trying to collect some parcels and having an argument with UPS about how terrible the delivery service is. So, you know, usual Christmas cheer. And then this evening I'm off to the Petersham to go to the RHP Christmas party. But before then I have to take my laptop to the laptop doctor at Westfield and hope that this time they actually sort it. So I'm full of merriment. So whenever I come to Westfield I try really hard not to hate it. I think, no, it can't be as bad as you remember, it must be excellent. It's not. It's just terrible. It's a soulless place. It's literally no reason to come here if it weren't for an Apple store. Because everything else here you can buy online and it'll be cheaper and better. And unless you like trawling around shops, endless clothes shops and little else, it is tedious beyond words. Here we are, back at the Petersham for the first time since we checked out on the 1st of May. This time I'm going into the cellars for the RHP Christmas dinner. This is an amazing location and it's a very special hotel. Good morning. So last night in the cellars of the Petersham was great fun and a fantastic location for a dinner. And then myself and Stephen actually walked back, which was helpful, not least for my step counter, but also to add a bit of sobriety to the whole occasion. And now, as you can see, it's still dark and I'm off to Marylebone to get a train to Bicester, which means I can then get to Brackley, which is where Mercedes is, which is where we are recording today. So far so good. This is Marylebone, obviously. And I'm heading off to Bicester next.
Claudia as well, yes. They will all
good. I'm back. There we go. That was a whistle-stop tour of Mercedes. It's fascinating. I mean, it's very fascinating. I've seen, obviously, that on television a few times. But actually seeing the inner workings, and we spent about half an hour with Toto, having a 20-minute on-the-record conversation, which you can hear in the 5 Live Checkered Flag podcast special that goes out around Christmas time, I believe. And then we had about a 10-15 minute off the record conversation that was incredibly fascinating, but was off the record, so I can't talk about it. But he's very open and very charming and very honest, and it was very enjoyable. I tried to show you bits when I could. Obviously, it was a bit, as I said, it was a bit whistle stop, so we didn't really get a chance to stop and play around and have a look at things. So the simulator is there, and the dyno and various other parts of the business. Obviously, the engines are made in Brixworth, but the number of people, it's incredible. There are so many people, and they all want to park there as well. So there is nowhere near enough parking for the God knows how many thousand Mercedes that are parked in their car parks. They're actually building another car park at the moment. But that was a very enjoyable morning, and now I'm back and I need to do a little bit of a trim on the audio we recorded and send it over to Chezzy so she can do the edit. And then it's back to the Christmas shopping. The other thing worth noting today, on Thursday, because I'm going to be busy tomorrow in Canary Wharf, is that there has been 2 positive political news stories in the last 48 hours. And that is so unprecedented that I thought I should at least reflect upon that in these vlogs. The first is that in the United States, in Alabama, where there was a Senate race between a Republican candidate picked by the Trump team, effectively, and championed by Trump, a man who was so immoral it was hard to even fathom, a child molester no less, was beaten in Alabama, the most Republican state you can pretty much find. Was beaten by the Democrats that they put up, a guy called Doug Jones, which was incredible. Unprecedented result. Although, to be fair, he had about the same chance of winning as Trump did. So, the impossible is always possible. And secondly, yesterday in House of Commons, Amendment 7 to the EU exit bill was passed, which means that the Commons does have a vote on the final deal of that is negotiated with the EU, which means effectively, and a meaningful deal, that's the important thing, which means effectively they can say, we do not accept that this is a good deal, we are not going to just blindly jump off a cliff. And that upset the Prime Minister and a lot of Brexiteers, and therefore it's excellent. So there we go. Good afternoon. This is Vauxhall Park. I've just been for a little round walk and got some lunch. This morning, as I mentioned, I was filming at Canary Wharf at the American Express Global Business Travel Headquarters, in doing a little Christmas message with the CEO. It was frantic. It all went very well, but it was a bit frantic, and there was a bazillion bags, and it was just me, so it was a bit in and out, and so I didn't film anything. But you know what Canary Wharf looks like. It's lots of big towers. So I'm just doing a little stroll back to the Webvid office, and then this evening I'm going to go into town and see the USP lot for their Christmas shenanigans. Hey there, me from the future, here to give you the word of the week. And because we went to the Mercedes Formula One headquarters, I figured the word of the week should be car. Car is, as you might imagine, feminine in most languages because of weird historical general machoism. Let's do German first. Car in German is Das Auto, which is pretty obvious really when you think about it. Das Auto is German for car. And in Italian, it is La Macchina. La Macchina is the car in Italian. So there we go. That was this week's Words of the Week.